Coming to you from the Strings and Things studio in Ventura, California, I am Anne.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Karin.
And this is the Strings Unraveled podcast.
Happy October.
Woo!
I'm so excited.
Month.
I'm just excited that September's over. I hate
Yeah.
September.
I also hate May and September are never-ending months.
No. Well, actually, this September went by really quickly for me. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but I'm just glad that it's October now.
Yeah.
Well,
It was a vast nothingness like all Septembers for me.
yeah, pretty much. It's hot, and you're just excited for it to be not hot and Halloween, and although it's like 95 degrees today,
Yeah.
but still.
Yeah. But I'm happy it's October. I started my new tradition of watching Scary Movie each night last night.
Mm-hmm.
Mirabella and I started with Frankenweenie.
Oh,
And-
is that fun?
Yes. I guess a little boring, but she enjoyed it. She seemed interested the whole time. Which is it's an old Tim Burton 2000
Something.
yeah. Early 2000s, because I remember Alexander was little when it was out.
Well, isn't it a remake?
It's which I didn't realize. Thank you, Disney Plus.
I did not know it was a remake.
Yeah, there's like a live action.
From like the 60s or something.
Yeah,
Like
it's like a little
How funny.
what's the bullseye dog?
like a Target
bull
dog.
terrier.
A bull terrier, yeah.
With bolts out of its neck. Here's a picture. I'm pulling it up on Disney Plus. Oh wait, the cover is better.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
You could look up the original Frankenweenie on Disney Plus. The live action one.
So are your children also participating in this tradition?
Well, it hit
If they
me
want to.
yesterday. Like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to also do like a night, an earlier in the night, family friendly. So then Friday nights are her and my night to just hang out, just the girls. And I thought Pan's Labyrinth would be a fun for me. And then I was like, I don't think it's that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember there being anything like there's a terrible villain in it.
Right.
It's very bad.
Yeah.
Do not put it on in front of your 10-year-olds.
Not for children.
No. It's really beautiful. It's one of my very, very favorite movies. The other thing is Bella, is not a great reader, so the subtitles were really challenging. She's like, so this is just going to be a picture movie for me, huh? Because I got tired of reading the subtitles out for her.
Yeah.
But then something really horrible happens not very far in. And I was like, oh my God, pause, Google, pause. And she's like, I'm not looking. When is it done? And then we watched something funny and I sent her to bed. But it's going off great.
Yeah. So
Started
far.
with a bang.
Last year I did a Christmas movie every day until December. I found a list of like 20-something Thanksgiving movies, which I can name a couple.
Yeah, I was looking.
But now I'm like, maybe November 1st I'm going to watch a Thanksgiving movie
so
every day.
I have that goal as well.
Yeah.
Because I was having a good time with the Halloween ones,
Mhm.
and I like Thanksgiving in November almost.
Right.
It's a lovely time as well. But it's hard to come up with Thanksgiving movies.
Yeah.
They're Thanksgiving adjacent. Like
Right.
in our current book club selection, she mentions a Thanksgiving movie. So I have it as my first, which it could have been a Halloween movie, but I'm saving it now for November.
Yeah.
So there is the selection time, I think, is over for both of these, but there are the two places that were willing to pay you for watching scary movies.
Why?
$1,300 for watching 13 scary movies.
I saw that.
And wearing a heart rate monitor
Yeah.
while you do it. So I applied, and I don't have anything special other than I like horror movies.
Right.
So
What?
I don't think I got selected, but I thought, but if you don't ask, the answer's no, right?
Yeah.
So, so I have 26, because I'm just going to watch those movies. They're all really good. Like one is all Stephen King stuff, 13 Stephen King movies. And then the other one is just really good scary movies, like Quiet Place 1 and 2, the first Saw movie, like quality scares.
Right.
So 26 of my adult films have been selected for me.
Nice.
I only have to come up with another 4.
Well, we
I'm
used
sure you
to
could do that.
do a sort of tradition like that. One year when the kids were really little, we bought the bundle of Charlie Brown holiday movies.
Oh, I
we
have
always
that.
do
Yeah, I love
So we
those.
had the rule that you cannot watch any of the 3 except in their month.
Yeah.
And then you do have to make sure you watch them multiple times throughout the month. So in October, we did It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, of which they always had then they had a second one, which was a short.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think in that one, no, I don't
remember.
remember.
About Magic, which they bundle with the Halloween. It's on the B side of the Great Pumpkin.
Oh,
and it's
see,
he's a magician.
No, that's not the one. Maybe that is the one. I just never watched that B one. I know in November
it's the Friends thing, the Friendsgiving,
and you're not elected Charlie Brown.
Oh yeah,
that's November. Yeah,
that's November. And of course, there's the Christmas Charlie Brown Christmas special, which that music is for Vince
Gill, yeah. Or not
Girardi.
Vince Gill's a different style of music.
James tries to convince me that Linus and Lucy is a Halloween song because it plays in The Great Pumpkin, which was his cultural, childhood touchstone. Mm-hmm. But that's a Christmas song because Charlie Brown Christmas was my childhood touchstone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he'll play it at Halloween. I'm like, this is a Christmas song. I'm sorry. We can't listen to this. This is a Christmas song.
It's the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Dilemma.
It's both.
Is this a Christmas movie? Is this a Halloween movie?
Does anybody else have problems with the parents that would leave their child out in a pumpkin patch all night?
No.
His big sister went to go get him.
Yeah.
She's a little sister.
No, Lucy.
Oh, Lucy's his nemesis.
Lucy's the nemesis.
Oh no, Lucy is
Linus's sister.
Oh,
and Linus spends the night in the pumpkin patch. Trust me, I just watched this movie.
Wait. You're right. I was confusing it with a girl. I was confusing it with a girl that
Sally. Sally has a crush on Linus and is Charlie Brown's little sister.
That's the little sister.
But Linus spends the night in the pumpkin patch and Lucy goes to get him.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. And brings him home with his little blanket.
Okay, that's good that the big sister, but she's not that much bigger. They're still in elementary school.
Karin, it was a different time.
And I didn't question this when my kids were little. No. We just watched it.
I never questioned this, and you're making my childhood crumble into pieces right now.
They probably knew. It was not that far from their house.
Yeah.
It could have been the lot. It could have been the lot right next to their house. Yeah. Because back then you had lots. They weren't completely filled with other houses.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, who wants to start with what they're working on today?
Yeah. What are you working on, Karin?
I got a few things.
Tell us all about
this
them.
is a test knit for a gal who also dyes yarn. Her name is, what is the designer's name? Jessica. I forget what Jessica Talent, because it's right here on her pattern. Pearls and Postulates. It's gonna be fun. It's called the Page Turner Tunic, and I think it's gonna come out Thanksgiving or Christmas or something like that.
Is that her yarn or stash?
It is her yarn.
It's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous yarn. It's 2 colors of yarn in worsted or DK. I think it's worsted. No, it feels lighter. It must be DK-ish. And you didn't have to use your yarn, but you got a 20% discount if you did. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
20% off. Sure. So I've got this beautiful, it's got some speckles and some little dashes of dark green. It's like a cream background with a dark green, little dashes of dark green and speckles of a burgundy or more of a pinky, deep
aubergine.
Oh, kind of, like an aubergine, and of course lime green.
It's gorgeous.
And I've paired it with
a yarn sort of like zombie barbecue adjacent.
Yeah,
it's not quite zombie barbecue, but
so instead of the red, it's got more of
got little dashes of that kind of purpley dark red color.
I think it's Merlot. I think it's
that is totally Merlot.
Dye.
Well, you would know Merlot. You know lots of Merlot.
Me like a demon.
And so my second color, of course,
the yarn dye, not the wine.
Thankfully, wine is not a demon in my life.
That's good.
Yeah.
What is that? That's your second color.
So this is my second color.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna make matching sweaters. I'll show you in a minute.
Oh, I'm very excited.
They'll be matching adjacent.
So the second color, and there's none of this second color actually in the first color, but it's close enough, like a pairing. It's kind of a gray lavender, a darker lavender with some great hints
to it.
Almost. Yeah, like a grape, but not bright.
What's the color called?
I forgot because she didn't stamp it, and she did not stamp it on here because she was in a hurry. She dyed these before sending them out to us. She got on it right away, and she was super excited because she said she'd never thought about pairing these colors together.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very excited to see how it turns out, and I'm loving them just the same because it's my kind of purple. It's not a bright purple, but it's not it's not really that muted either. I like stuff with a gray to it.
Yeah.
So
like
anyway, but the fun thing about this is it's done cuff to cuff. But like we are full, like you do the sleeve, and then you cast on with a provisional cast on along for the side, and you will attach that side to the underside of your sleeve.
Okay.
In one direction, like on it with a second needle, and then you'll go over the top, and then you'll attach. You'll undo your provisional and do the other side, and you're just going back and forth now. And at one point, and in a little bit, the thing is, you have one color along the front, and then it fades into the second color, which goes around your body, and the back is your second color. So it's the front and the back are different colors.
Is there a picture yet or no?
There is, that you guys can see, and since it's radio, basically.
No one else will know.
No one else will know. Of course,
sorry, guys.
You won't really get to see it because I printed it in black and white. So that's really fascinating. But
better than nothing.
Just so I get to understand the construction.
And it's longer in the back.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, see?
So our sweaters are not going to look at all alike, but I am doing zombie barbecue paired with
a nice grapey purple. It's different purple.
Lime, but look, those bright chartreuse greens go great with lime.
And I mean,
with great with purple,
which is why she has that in her palette of your multi. And the same with zombie barbecues. There's this like slatey purple.
Yeah.
That when it touches the red is properly purple. The color I'm matching with it is Lorna's Lace's blackberry.
Nice.
So I was very excited to like have this last homage to Lorna's.
And that's such good yarn. It's gonna be so cozy.
Yeah, I'm making I'm not starting it, so it doesn't really belong here, and I am interrupting Karen's moment. But I am making a really.
I'm preparing
cute
my
sweater.
other
your
worked
next,
on project.
What
I'm making while you're talking.
The sweater I'm gonna make with it is Chiaka. What is this? Chaika. And I'm sure you guys have seen this on. It's the same designer as. Okay, the designer is Midori Hirose, and I've made another one of her sweaters, and I can't think of its name, so that's why I'm properly saying the designer's name. Where did it go? But it's like a big old, huge cable collar, and then a raglan shaped sweater.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna make. So
that's lovely.
I like
and
that.
The multi will be the body.
What's the name of it? Or spell it again?
Chaika.
So it has a different color yoke. It's because the way it looks in the picture, it looks like a deep V that's just kind of over her shoulders, but that's actually a part of the sweater.
That's the ribbing of the sweater.
Oh, that's so cool. It feels like a collar. It's an illusion.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah.
So I've swatched for it, so technically I guess I'm working on it too. So continue with your
Once you start a swatch, you started the process, and that's part of the project.
Yep.
And I'll try not to get distracted by your gorgeous yarn because I have a couple more things.
Carry on.
Okay, so I started. We're doing our next. Our new classes are coming out, or have come out by the time this comes out.
Same day.
Same day. Yeah. So make sure you take a look at those classes. And we're for the beginning Tunisian crochet class that will be in December. I realized that the other projects I was working on were going to be too big, so I'm going with another Tunisian project that's a smaller, beginner-friendly project. It's called the Mold Cider Cowl, and it's a split hem cowl with ribbing, and it uses mostly the Tunisian knit stitch. And a DK, we're a worsted weight yarn, but I'm trying to do my stash because I have yarn. So I'm pairing a sport weight of the, I got a bunch of these Mill Mix mini skeins from Spin Cycle. And I'm pairing it with the Oh Dang Surrey Alpaca from Farmer's Daughter Fibers to make a fuzzy version of it. And you can see my gauge is a little bit smaller, so I just adjusted my chain count.
It's cute.
Because it's, you know.
So snuggly.
That's the thing. I want to make it snuggly. But although the yarn she recommends has a really nice gradient and you wouldn't have to, work with different yarns, she recommends Lion Brand Ferris Wheel. Have you guys seen that?
I haven't seen that.
I guess you can get it at Joann's or Michael. I don't know if you can get Lions at Michael's.
Can you? Yeah, I think you. Well,
some less and less nowadays.
It's one of those big wheels of yarn that's a gradient. It's a self-striping kind of thing.
I think
Joann's has more of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's it like? Is it single ply or?
I really can't tell. The picture she shows, it gradiates in and out of like 2 colors.
It's a shorter run than a lot of those, which I like. It gets kind of boring when you're in the same color for so long.
And
with like the cakes and stuff. Yeah.
Well, and the great thing is about that is crochet does take a little bit more
so you
yarn,
get to see your changes
so you can see
faster.
your changes a little faster. But also, I do think it is a little smaller, which is nice for a smaller project. Like, I love self-striping, but like you said, if you're doing a hat, it's like, oh, it's mostly one color and then a little bit of another. You don't really get the full effect of the stripe.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 things currently in my hand. I don't know if I have enough of my one skein of Oh Dang, which is Surrey Alpaca and silk, and it's lovely.
Oh dang.
But I do have leftovers from a sweater that I'll talk about later.
And that would work beautifully.
They're all in the shocker blues color palette.
Oh, what?
Well, there's some brown in that I'm going to use in here too, and of course lime green. I'll get a little bit of everything. So I'm going to do my own self-stripey thing just by using these mini skeins. And of course Spin Cycle is pretty. Dyed in the Wool is really fun stuff. So anyway.
So those are your things?
That is a very respectable level of what are you working on?
Yeah.
A big thing and a little thing.
Yeah.
Both good.
I worked on this a little bit while I was waiting for the concert. They would not let me take it into the concert last night.
Monsters.
I'm like,
you're going to murder people with your Tunisian crochet hook?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Scoop an eyeball out.
I bet you can spread COVID with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
I just said the most inane thing that came to mind.
I just felt really old because I'm like, I'm ready to go to a concert and have it start at like 7 or 8. It's like, oh, the doors open at 8. The first guy shows up at 9. The headliner doesn't show up till 10 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, snooze. And it's standing up. I'm like, I'm too old to stand up on my feet for all these hours.
It's a young person's game.
Yeah,
it
for
is.
real.
But you know what? I don't think I ever could because never could be in the club scene, but different story. Anyway. I digress.
My second second Key and Peele sketch yesterday, which is the second substitute teacher, and they want to leave class early to go get their club pictures, and the substitute teacher's like, "You want to go to the club and get your club on? I know that you're pulling one over on me." Oh no, really? I'm in the Future Leaders of America club.
What were they really doing?
Going for club pictures. You have to watch it. It's hilarious. I should not be doing it. You should watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch it. Key and Peele are like my favorite comics of all time, I think. Katie, what are you working on?
I'm working on a class sample right now for a stocking.
I love the colors.
I love those colors.
Stash that worked, so I pulled that out. I was gonna do like a green, like a traditional green, but this is like a minty Tiffany kind of bluey green.
I love it.
Which I think is cute, like a minty green. So I'm working on a Christmas stocking because I'm teaching it as a class, and all of the stockings I have knit have been gifted to children, so I don't have one to display. So this is my stocking.
It's adorable.
Thank you. It is the Stuff It stocking pattern by Heather Walpole, which I have made many, many times. I also still have my Halloween sweater on the needles that I have not touched in a couple of weeks, but I need to because now it's October 1st.
It's time.
Or I guess it's October 2nd now.
It might be 2 degrees cooler tomorrow.
Oh, whoa, okay. But it's just, stockinette stitch, black, tiny yarn. I'm in the body, and I'm
Snore.
like, okay, I'll get back to it.
Okay, there's so many methods, carrot and stick things you can do.
I know,
right?
I know.
You could employ your method
Yep.
that you introduced us to, which I've already forgotten the name of.
Gideon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could
I was
Gideon
thinking
it.
I think of like the Gideon's Bible in a hotel, in a cheap hotel.
So
that's how I remember it.
Gideon worked really well while I was on vacation.
Yeah.
But I'm having trouble integrating it into like
daily life.
Daily because it feels restrictive, which I reject.
Yeah. Oh, I understand that.
So I'm gonna attack it again, but I don't know when. Because I like it.
Yeah.
But
that would be a good way for me to deal with my current situation, which is I had the grand idea of knitting sweaters for all my nieces and nephews for Christmas, which I have 2 done.
Nice.
I have 2 girl sweaters, and I have 3 more boys that need sweaters, and I'm kicking myself because I forgot to bring one of my projects with me to show you. For the oldest, Finnegan, he will be 7.
I can't believe he's the oldest.
Yeah.
He was so little when I remember.
No, he's big now. He's grown. I'm making a sweater called the Mini Montrealer, which is the Montrealer is a sweater pattern, but this is like the kid size. It's like your basic hoodie.
Oh, that's so cute.
Ooh,
So it's got a
cute.
kangaroo pocket, a hood, it looks like a hoodie with stripes.
They're like very dashing in that.
Yes. He told me his favorite colors are black and red and silver like a rock star.
Ah!
I was like, okay. So the background is like a really, really dark charcoal because the yarn that I chose didn't have a black, but it's pretty much black.
Close enough.
The main color stripes are a light gray, and then the one accent color stripe is like a bright fire engine red.
That's perfect.
And it's looking very cute. I have the whole body done. I have the pocket done, and I just picked up stitches for the hood, and I was like, I'll do the hood next. But the hood is like almost as big as the body of the sweater, which I forgot about.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, it won't take that long. It's like a hat. But
no, good hood.
It's
has
more
to
than
be
that.
big.
So now I'm like slogging black stockinette on
yeah.
the hood of this
two.
sweater.
You have 2 black stockinette projects.
And I think they're kids. They're small, but like he's not that small
I know,
anymore.
At 7,
they're not
they're
babies.
getting to be like normal size.
I
Like
know.
Mirabella's 10, and I am working on a sweater for her, and it's gonna like she needs at least 34-inch chest. That's an adult size sweater.
Well, Finn is 26 inches. I measured him today just to double check. So,
thank God.
And I think the size I'm making is 28. So I was like, okay, good. After all this work, now I double check.
I remember making.
Give yourself enough ease for him to grow into it.
Well, he also has a younger brother. So
okay.
It'll be passed along.
I remember making a sweater for Alexander at that age, where they're getting long and skinny. It's a vest, and it's just this tube.
This long tube.
It looked cute on him, but it was like to look at it like so ridiculous.
I know they get all gangly and weird.
Yeah, it was funny.
And then I've been machine knitting, and I thought, oh, the way to knock out a sweater for a little kid, I could do it on the knitting machine. So this is the one that I was working on. But as it is now, I have a feeling it's a little small, but I also haven't blocked it yet, and it is rolling in on itself. So this is gonna be, it's a raglan sleeve.
Oh, it's so cute.
It'll be a jacket, with a zipper.
Cute.
And I have one.
So what part do you do on the machine? Do you
all of it?
All the stuff.
Really? Even all the
and the ribbing. And
you've been doing
the whole
ribbing.
thing. I'm gonna talk about this more later too.
Okay.
But, all of it.
You did the ribbing too.
Yes. So this is 2 fronts, a back, 2 sleeves. That then are seamed, so they're raglan seams that are actual seams, body seams, sleeve seams. The ribbing I did on the machine. This one button band I did on the machine, but I need to redo the bind off by hand. And then I haven't decided what I'm doing at the neckline yet, if I'm going to do a hood or a little collar or something, because it's going to be a zip-up little jacket. But
who's that one for?
Well, it was supposed to be for Owen, who is going to be 5, and he is very skinny, but this looks too small.
Yeah, it looks a little small.
Yeah, I mean, according to measurements, it's right, because it's 13 inches across the back, which means the whole thing would be 26, and he's only 22 or something. So I'm like, well, in theory, it's supposed to work, but it does look small. So I'm going to finish it and give it a really proper block, because this is Cascade 220, so I know I can block it pretty hardy, and we'll see what happens. But if it doesn't fit him, good news is there's a younger one.
Yeah, there's kids down the line.
In measuring both of them today, they're not that much, he's not that much smaller. So this just might, go on a shelf for some other child someday. But, I mean, it took me a couple hours to get to this point, so it's
very
not
nice.
that bad if I don't get that far.
And it's a good color that could go, it's genderless.
Yeah, I thought about stitching, a little,
eventually,
initial...
Marshall and Claire's little one will be big enough.
I thought about stitching a little like a, what do you call it?
Initial?
Like a monogram, an initial
monogram.
or whatever, like an E if it's for Elliot or whatever on it, or putting like a little patch. But yeah, if it was for a little girl, I could put like a pink zipper in it or something and make it real cute. But I don't know who it's gonna be for, but it's still in progress. Let me check my list so that I don't forget anything. Halloween sweater, hoodie, stocking. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So 2 boring black stockinette things and a Christmas stocking, mostly. That's what I'm working on.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I've done this to myself. It's fine. People keep talking about, like, the supply chain and how everything's going to be hard to get and get your Christmas presents now and all that. So I'm like, well, if I knit Christmas sweaters for all the kids, then I don't have to buy them any Christmas presents.
Yeah.
Because they get plenty of toys. They're not going to care if I don't buy them.
No.
So, but now it's October and I still have 3 sweaters to go. So
I just can't do the Christmas shopping right now.
Oh, I know. I can't either.
I'm not there.
No. Thinking about Christmas right now is stressing me out.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not time for this. And my sister's
Which is why I don't like Christmas to begin with.
My sister told me, she's like, it's only so many days till Christmas. And I was like, I don't want to know.
Leave.
Normally I'm like, woohoo. But this year I'm like, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
And it's not even time yet.
Those words are never exciting. They're stressful. Always like.
And
it reminds me of like,
still.
it's more of a, okay, it's not like a, wow, Christmas is almost here. It's more of a, are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, you're not going to be ready.
Have you started planning?
Oh, just thinking about it is stressful.
Yeah, I just can't.
Well, I'm sorry to make you think about it.
It's okay.
No,
but sympathetically.
My husband started talking about that in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, my whole family loves Christmas, and I love Christmas too, but it's, yeah, I just don't want to think about it yet.
No.
I feel like the older I get, that I think Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Because it's like Christmas light. Like, I get to see my family. Sometimes it's cold. You know, you get to be cozy. You get to have a delicious meal, but then that's it. You know, you don't have to do all this planning about presents and gifting and who's...
Unless you're the one doing the meal.
Well, yeah, I know, but we always split everything. So the most that we have to do is, like, I'm going to cook a turkey, or whoever's hosting is, like, in charge of a couple side dishes. So it's never that stressful for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my realization.
Kevin has turkey dinner down to a science.
Yeah.
So that's always fun. But I'm standing by Halloween. That's cool.
That's fine.
Yeah. What am I working on?
What are you working on?
So
you got a pile of stuff over there.
Yeah, Mirabella saw my carved pullover. So we talked about what we would like drop everything in knit last time, and I didn't make any of those things.
No, I didn't either.
But it got me thinking about how I really should start my carved pullover, which you made last year. Katie made last year.
I think it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I made it last year.
And I wanted it.
I saw it on Instagram that you were making one. I was like, I didn't know she was making one.
Well, it was my honorable mention. I wanted to do one more round.
Oh, got it.
So carved would have been my honorable mention for I want to drop everything and make it now. So Mirabella saw me working on mine, and so she's like, I want that, because she also shares the love of Halloween. On September 22nd, she asked if she could start wearing her Halloween clothes to school. I was like, of course.
Of course you can.
It's fall for a whole day now. Why are you so behind? So, but then she never wears the things I knit her.
No. She doesn't like yarny things.
I don't like yarny things touching my skin, Mommy. But she is getting older. So, I had this pink and orange mandala. I don't know if it's properly a mandala, but it is Lion Brand. I think it is a mandala, but it's 100% acrylic, I think. I used it as my accent in my big Halloween granny square I made with my little pumpkin border. And so I had a whole lot of yarn left over. I had to like buy 4 skeins to get the one more I needed.
Yeah.
So I'm making her a carved pullover. And then I loved yours, but I don't want to be twinsies.
I don't care.
But I do want an orange pumpkin.
Yeah.
So I am making one with black and white striped accents.
Cute.
That's awesome.
So I have black and white Cascade 220 stripes on the bottoms of the sleeves.
Beetlejuice.
I was gonna say it's very Tim Burton-y.
Yeah, and then this.
Oh, that's cute.
I lucked out because there was this orange rust vintage at it's Barocco vintage at Fabrictown. Thank you, for like a month. Like I saw it like more than a month ago, and I'm like, I'm just gonna buy it because it's a great color and this great yarn. I'm sure there'll be something, and I'm like, no, Anne, then it's just stuff. You're trying not to have more just stuff. So put it back. Someone else will be happy to find this. There was a really pretty forest green too. Someone else will be happy to find this good deal. But then I got thinking about how I wanted the orange carved.
Yeah.
And I went back and it was still on the shelf.
There you go. It was
so I'm getting a very good deal on my black and white and rusty orange carved pullover.
I love that.
I am excited about how it's turning out. So there's a cartoonist, Warren Pease. Have you guys seen her? So she has this cartoon. Her cartoons are kind of like this witchy woman living the witchy single life, and a lot of jokes about, you know, pinning your date downstairs in your basement to the to the pentagram on the wall, you know, funny stuff like that. She has a bit with Death where he's like on a skateboard rolling through the neighborhood, like, I love my job. Which I think she made as an enamel pin, and I really want to wear it to work.
Maybe a little inappropriate.
A little bit. But I do love my job. So I mean, I'm not, you know, lying. It's probably off color.
Your other job.
Yeah, I love this job too. So she has
wear here.
Yeah, and then people who know what I do,
exactly.
other than here, would be amused, I'd hope. So she has a Halloween joke that she throws up every October, and people started carving their pumpkins like hers. And Karen's taking it in. She'll pass it over to Kaity. So I'm gonna do this second carved pullover with this pumpkin face from the Warren Pease.
This is me. I can never carve a spooky jack-o'-lantern to save my life. I try. So that I've seen that before.
Yeah. So the guy is shopping in the grocery store. Oh, and the jack-o'-lantern's thinking, oh boy, I'm going to be the spookiest jack-o'-lantern. I'm going to scare all the kids. Muhahaha. And then the last frame is he's a one-tooth circle eye, adorable pumpkin that says, and it says, damn. Totally. So I want to do like a little tag inside that says muhaha, like a little ribbon that I'll embroider muhaha, and then a little pin out of felt, like as a word bubble that says damn. It's as they say, a deep cut, I think. But, but it'll amuse me.
That's
to no end. Then I remembered I have another sweater, Halloween style sweater, that I've had the yarn for maybe 2 years, called Arcane. It's a designer who does really like cute kind of 1950s style fitted sweaters. She doesn't sell it on. It's on Ravelry, so you can look at it
Andy?
there.
Something.
Yeah, Andy Satterland.
Yeah, she's got such cute designs.
Super cute.
Oh, is this the one with the?
Yeah.
Yes.
Arcane.
Yes.
It's a web.
Spider web. I want to make that too.
Yeah.
I love that pattern.
And coincidentally, I'm basically doing the colors that she has. Mm-hmm. So navy and a neon green for the web.
That's what you're swatching for?
Yeah, it's what I'm swatching. Cute. I got thinking, I was talking about my dye lot luck maybe last time. That sometimes there's probably just huge enough dye lots that there's never a second dye lot. So I bought several skeins of the yarn I'm using from Tuesday Morning. Couldn't find more. And I think my plan was I was going to make a smaller size when I bought the yarn. And I was going to do short sleeves or something. So I was going to just scoot by with enough yarn. Well, now my size has changed and I want a long sleeve sweater.
Yeah.
So I got on Ravelry and I tested that idea.
Yeah.
And almost everybody who listed a dye lot having used this yarn, which was Sugar Bush Itty Bitty, all said it was dye lot 1.
Yeah, well then, there you go.
And so I was like, okay, I found this store. It's not full price. It was like $1.10 less than the retail price. I bet it's dye lot 1. Yeah. I did ask them if they would please tell me the dye lot before they mailed it.
And they didn't?
They did not.
Oh.
So that was a little annoying. So I won't say the name of the store.
But it worked out.
It worked out fine. So that's fun luck.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So the other things that I was pulling out of my bag that I'm not really actively working on, I'm going to make this, is it Air and Earth sweater by I don't know. Someone adorable.
Air and Earth?
I think that's what it's called, but I'm going to look on Ravelry. He's adorable. He wears like a blonde page boy. In his professional life, when he's not knitwear designing, he's like a concert violinist.
Oh, James something.
Yeah.
Hold
on. Yeah. Think of it.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
So he has a very cute brioche sweater that is worsted weight and lace weight, earth and air.
Okay.
It's worsted weight and lace weight, mohair, silk, or whatever. And there were such fun colors on the Yarn Over track.
Oh, yeah.
I got the classic.
This is.
Oh, no, it's not that color. I thought this was unicorn, whatever.
Unicorn ass?
Yeah, no, Unicorn Parade, I think.
Oh, it looks like
not.
it.
It's called Zoe. It must kind of be a companion. Like, it has the same color palette, maybe. So a little more Lorna's Laces. Goodbye, Lorna's Laces. And then I did get some ass yarn.
Whimsical Wood.
Whimsical Wood. This is Notorious Ass.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do 2 of those. I have this gorgeous navy Debbie Bliss lace weight.
That angel?
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you for remembering that.
I don't know why I remember
that.
And Party Angel is the sparkly one.
Then this is Party Angel.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got a little silver sparkle.
And so I found that in my stash. Woo!
Love it.
And that's going to be with the ass yarn. And then I had this like mossy green essayer that we had in the stash exchange. And it looks so soft and pretty with Zoe.
I'd be interested to see what that looks like.
It looks like a minty spring day in the garden.
Okay.
But when I ordered more,
yeah,
I bought the lace weight instead of the fingering weight, and it's not as fluffy as lace weight mohair is. So it's enough to do the project.
Fingering in your stash.
I had fingering. I need one more skein of fingering to make it enough.
And you thought it was lace, but it turned out.
I knew what it was. I just didn't pick right.
Oh, I've done.
Yeah, just picked wrong. So I haven't decided if I'm ordering more of the fingering or if I'm just going to use the lace weight. I don't think it's going to be furry enough, so I think I'm ordering more yarn again.
Have you swatched it with the lace?
Not yet, because I would
swatch it and then also wash it, because sometimes it'll fluff up.
Because alpaca will get real furry.
Yeah, it could work
on its own. The essayer is enough. It's essayer alpaca 1. It's enough to make something entirely separate.
Sure.
So. I haven't decided. You know when you get a roadblock like that, that's real dumb.
Yeah. You're like, I've only done this to myself.
Yeah. And
I've only myself to blame.
Why am I doing that? And then the last thing that I'm working on, which is why I'm annoyed that you guys are both so sane with your level of projects.
Sorry.
Is a summer sorrel out of the companion yarn that I found with the Party Angel. That was going to be one project. I think it was going to be one more knit swirl. And now I've separated them, and they're going to be 2 separate things.
Good.
Pulled from the stash.
Love it.
Does summer sorrel have is it a single yarn, or is it?
It's a single fingering weight yarn. I think you could get away with up to sport weight. It's 24 stitches to 4 inches, and it has like a more scoop neck.
I should look at my stash because I want to make one of those too.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
And I'm excited the yarn that I'm using, which is a Mirasol yarn.
I just saw
just lovely.
Xenia finished hers, and she wore it in here on Tuesday when I saw her, and it made me want to make one.
Yeah. These are the things that I'm working on.
Nice.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, well, let's do what have we finished? So, Karin,
what have you
finished?
You
get to go first.
Okay, so I had oh dang, I did have one more project, but whatever, that can wait for next
tell
month.
us quick.
Okay, quick. I had another, because I've been saving this. I brought this Thursday. This is back in the what are you working on? I'm working on a Martina Bem.
That yellow is gorgeous.
But that yellow comes in this cute little balls.
Oh my god.
This is like Zauber
That's
balls,
what she said.
but Zauber Perlin. They're like little gradient.
Where did it come? Where did you get it?
I got them just on webs. But she has, so there's 2, her cowl is made up of 2 squares that are sewn together, and then each one is folded on the diagonal and then sewn together, so it becomes this tube that's like there's no right or wrong side.
She's so flipping clever.
And you start in the middle, and basically I thought I'm gonna make 3 of them, so I bought 3, and like, oh, it's a good thing I bought 3 because I actually need 2 of them for this.
Oh. Yeah, but those colors would be great together.
Or
you need more of that. You need more.
Yeah, I need one more. So I did get them, I think, on webs, just because I
Nice.
have. But someone said that you can find these locally at Eva's.
All right.
Oh, good.
So good to know. Maybe I'll go up there and find a companion for, in all the years that we've known each other, I've never been to Eva's. Even when I worked at a yarn shop, I never had a reason to go to TO. Now I will.
There
so I
you
can
go.
get a companion. Anyway, but these are just so cute, these little balls.
Yeah,
They
little
are
wreaths.
flipping adorable.
And they're really clever because they're held together on this with this elastic band that gets caught on the label. So when you need to take they're little pre-wound mini skeins. They're already balled up. So when you want one to take one off, you just unlatch the elastic band, slide one off, and then latch it back on. So it keeps them neat and tidy.
Cute.
Anyway, you start in the center with magic loop. And it's your choice of size 1.5 to size 3 needle. And of course, the only needle I could find at the time was my 1.5. So I guess that's what I'm doing. But anyway, it looked really, really clever and cute. And plus the yarn is adorable.
I love Martina Bem.
Yeah.
And
so
that's
clever.
the thing. I thought it's Martina Bem, so I know I'm going to love it.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, so that was the last.
So what have you finished then?
What have I finished? I finished making a pattern for a puff pillow because I like the puff quilts, but I wanted to make it on a smaller scale. So I made it 2 samples, one in October-y, Halloween-y fabric, and one that's just like in denim-y blues with charms. So I finished 2 pillow covers, and I had other things finished.
And that's a class you can sign up right now.
That's a class you can sign up with right now. I did my swatches for the beginning Tunisian class, and I finished a sweater.
Woo!
Yeah.
You know what?
Wait. Who won?
She did.
I did.
But
we both
we
won.
didn't talk about this.
Yeah, we're both winners.
Because
okay.
when we left, when last you heard from us, we were going to challenge. I challenged who was going to get the crisp high 5, and Anne finished her sorrel first.
Yes.
So Anne, congratulations.
That was very crisp. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, sorry.
No problem.
But Karin also finished her.
Okay.
But we both.
So
yeah,
we're both
this is
winners
awesome.
because we both have finished sorrels.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Which is one of the like it's an undertaking.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's probably one of the more involved sweaters I've made. It's very approachable and easy because it's also a class that you can sign up for.
Yes.
It will start in late December, so you have all your holiday stuff done.
And you have a choice of winter or summer.
Yeah.
Anne's teaching it. It's going to be awesome.
But
we both did a winter one.
Karin asked a question on Sunday, like the week right after we recorded last, and
I could feel you
answered
smiling
her
to
question,
yourself.
but I had been done for like a whole day or something.
Yeah.
But she didn't want to discourage me from continuing and trying.
Look at my finished sweater I finished last night because
she waited till I finished.
So close.
I know.
But I had pictures ready. And Karen's like, awesome. Look at what I finished. And she looked very cute.
So one of the things
picture.
I love about our friendship is that we challenge each other to be better and to finish things. And I feel like that would have languished with just like basically half of one sleeve. And that's all it needed.
And then you picked it up and you were like, why did I stop? This didn't take me
Why
very
did
long.
I stop this?
So she whipped it out. She finished quick.
Yep.
Like in a day.
Okay,
right?
so I had 3 inches. It's not a particularly long sleeve. I had 3 inches of the sleeve done. And part of my dilemma was when I had finished the ribbing, I forgot to change needles. So I had 1.5 inches of a sleeve on this needle that was too small, but it wasn't that much smaller. But because it's mixed with like a mohair that's not easy to pull out, I just set it aside. And you know what I decided? I'm not pulling it out.
I think that was a powerful, empowering decision.
What? It was, because I'm like, it's 1.5 inches. It doesn't make, at the smallest part of my arm anyway, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I put it on my arm. It didn't feel uncomfortable, and I knew it was going to be blocked. So I think it's important that it's okay to live with things that really are not going to impact your creativity, and just move forward instead of having to but I wouldn't have moved forward if Anne hadn't challenged me. So I was really glad.
And we both have finished sorrels.
We do.
To wear.
And I got to wear it for half a day, and then it got hot.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it was
amazing.
Because I left the house and it was like 50 something.
We did have some chilly days in September. It was very lovely.
Yeah,
nice.
And then the sun came out, and I was like,
that's exactly what happened.
bummer.
It was like, as long as the marine layer was in place, it was chilly.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
it was lovely.
And then as soon as the sun warmed it up, it was not chilly.
No.
Like, that sucks.
It was disappointing.
But it was a bit humid. So there's that.
Yeah. You don't necessarily want to be wearing a mohair sweater.
No.
No.
But congratulations on your finished sorrel.
And congratulations to you.
Thank you. I'm very happy with it.
I don't mind losing because I still win.
Yeah.
What else
did
you
you
finish?
finish? Sweater.
You finished anything else?
That's the only thing my brain can think of right now. I probably did, but whatever.
Yeah. Save it for next time if you remember.
If I remember.
I finished a quick beanie as a class sample for, which is in my office. I should have grabbed it, but it's called Poise.
That is very cute.
Yes, it's 2 colors, super chunky yarn. The sample in the picture is made with 2 colors of Malabrigo Rasta, which is, I thought I had a skein of multi Rasta in my stash, but it turns out I don't. But
I do.
It's very cute. It took me about 3 hours to knit. Mine is like a off-white, I think it's like Lion Brand Thick and Quick, and then the contrasting color is a navy blue, so it's 2 solids, which is cute, but it's very cute with a multi. And it's also really cute as a single color, which I wouldn't have thought of, but the pattern has a picture of what it looks like. I'll pull it up to show you as a single color,
because
like
of the texture.
Yeah, so that's
that's lovely.
Yeah, so that's the single color version of it.
Ooh, I like that actually.
Yes,
because I was gonna make a Hunter hammer. Was it Hammersmith or Hammerstein?
I know this because Hammerstein, I think, because I have a bunch of her books in my office.
Like when in April, she had just finished some adorable chunky hat, and I bought that on our trip, and I was gonna make that hat, but it was close.
The pattern calls for 50 grams of the main color and 30 of the contrasting, and I think Rasta's 90.
Yeah, that's tight.
Well, it's 80.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should be fine. Though. Yeah, well.
Anyways.
The pattern's also a little long.
What do you want,
go
Anne?
to 8.5 inches, and then it's a quick decrease. But I'll show you my sample when I pull it out later if you want to look at it. But
it's a really cute hat.
Yeah, I want to make another one with something a little fancier than what I did, but alas. And I've been machine knitting, like I talked about. I pulled out my knitting machine while I've been reorganizing a storage unit, and this was in there, and I knew it was in there. And so I pulled it out and I stuck it in my office, and then I was looking at it and I thought, I want to see if I can do something with it. Because I have made sweaters on it before, but it's been a long time. So the first one I made is this cardigan.
I love that cardigan.
Ooh. It is with Karin Big Cakes is the yarn. It used to be a crocheted sweater.
So it sells stripes?
I took it out.
It's so
that's
cute.
so awesome.
Your buttons are perfect.
I know, I had these big wood buttons in my stash. So this is like a V-neck oversized cardigan.
See, that's like candy corn colors.
Like I know, that's what
but
everybody
better.
says.
Oh, instead of black, it's gray.
So it's 2 different colors of gray, like a pumpkin-y orange, a bright, kind of almost like acidy yellow, and then like a neutrally off-white, speckly.
But you could see those. I could see that yellow in autumnal trees too.
Yeah, it's kind of a greeny yellow. This used to be a crocheted sweater that I made for a class sample a couple years ago that I've never worn. That was like a big granny square sweater with a hood.
Oh yeah.
So I took it out and I did the back on the machine, and I figured out how many rows of stripes, because I wasn't going to worry about the color placement, but then I kind of wanted them to match. So for the fronts, because it's a smaller width, I actually cut the yarn at each stripe to get them to be all the same size.
Wow,
and for the sleeves too. Each one of these is 15 rows, and I counted. But the knitting of it took a day. Yeah. This one I finished all the ribbing and everything on by hand. So it's got a couple inches of ribbing around the hem at the bottom. It's got a neckline and the sleeve finishing. I did all that by hand. I picked up stitches and I did all that. So it took me like a weekend to make this.
Is there a textural difference between machine knit ribbing or hand ribbing, or is it easier just to do it by hand because
I'll talk
of the
about
little
that.
bit? Okay.
So
Good
this
question.
one I did all by hand just because that was the way that I knew how to do it.
Yeah, that's how I've done it in the past.
And I know that you can do it on the machine.
I've never been brave enough.
So I did. So this was the first one.
It's gorgeous. I love it.
I like this sweater a lot. It's cozy and easy to throw on, and it's good for fall because it's got good colors. So and it fits. I like it.
It looks really cute on.
Thank you. So that's number 1. Number 2, this is inspired by the Lori sweater.
Oh, yeah.
So it's got ribbing on the top and at the hem, and all of this ribbing is done by the machine, which is technically you're still hand manipulating it. The way it works is you knit the number of rows you want for ribbing, like this is like 14 rows or something at the top. Knit, knit, knit. And I changed to a smaller key plate when I did it, which changes the gauge. So I went down in gauge to sort of make up for like you change your needle size when you do ribbing.
Yeah.
I knit the number of rows, and then you drop whichever stitch you want to become a knit on the wrong side, and you ladder it down, and then you work it up with a latch hook or a crochet hook, and then you pop it back on the needle hook.
Oh.
And then you drop the next one. So this is 1 by 1 ribbing, so every other stitch I dropped it, and I laddered it back up. And that takes a couple hours.
Is there a way to make 1 by 1 ribbing more torturous?
It's not bad because I made this whole sweater in a day.
Yeah, that's
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So it's 2 rectangles front and back, some fitted sleeves, drop shoulder. It's nothing fancy as far as like the shaping, but it fits. It's a little tight. It's tighter than I wanted, and I didn't measure my gauge properly enough because it's also a little shorter than I wanted, which I forgot about when I finished it. It was too short, so I separated them. I put it back on. I added a couple inches, and I redid the hem again because it was way too short.
Well, it's either do it over or you have a wasted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it fits fine, but I think I'm going to give it away. It's Lion Brand Woolies is the yarn. And it's like a chocolatey...
It's a really pretty color. It's like a cinnamony nutmeg.
Yeah, I love this color. I can't remember what it's called, but this was like my experiment in ribbing and see if I could
that's
do
my
ribbing.
color.
Well, it already
wink,
has
wink.
a recipient, so I'm sorry. Your color's blue, Karin.
And my color is whatever sweater you make.
No. So this third one is my experiment in short row shaping, which I knew was possible, and I have done as a swatch, but I forgot.
Wow.
So the shoulder shaping on this has short rows, which is
Nice.
stupid easy on the machine.
I bet it is.
Wow.
But I also did the entire thing on the machine, so it's got I still need to block it, but the ribbing, which travels up vertically for the neckline, I did all that on the machine. I would do like 20 rows and then drop those couple stitches, and I would work it, and then I would do a bunch more rows, and then this was like a weekend project.
That's fantastic.
And it's got pockets, and
That looks so cozy.
I know, I love this one.
Are you keeping your machine set up here?
No, I took it home for this because I wasn't going to be here that weekend, and I wanted to work on it, so I set up a folding table, and I did it at home. But it's mostly up here, and it has pockets.
For all this, that was one of the things I daydreamed about this space, would be that my knitting machine would be set up all the time.
No.
And I've never set it up.
No. Yeah, it's on my sewing table, so if I want to sew, I have to take it down.
Yeah.
But,
this is wonderful.
Thank you. This is a
So
pattern that I pretty much followed to a T. My gauge matched. And I'll see if I can find it. I would have to do some digging. It was a free pattern.
How do you do gauge on a knitting machine? I mean, is the
make
swatch
a swatch
super easy? Because it's like just a few stitches.
You plug in the key plate that would be appropriate for the size yarn you're using. So this was a 3.5 key plate. And then I'm a little bit limited as far as the size of yarn I can use at this point, because it's only 100 stitches wide, and the back of a sweater at 100 stitches, I can't do anything less than like a worsted weight, otherwise it's too narrow. I asked Anne if I could borrow her knitting machine, and when she pulls it out for me, I'm going to be able to hook the two together, and then I have 200 stitches worth, so then I'll be unstoppable.
Blanket in 2 days. Done.
Yeah, right? My grand idea is I have started Andrea Mowry's Weekender, with yarn that I love, and I really want that sweater, and I really want to finish it. But now that I know how to do ribbing and short row shaping and everything, I got my gauge to match exactly with a swatch. Now I'm just waiting for Anne's knitting machine, and then I'm going to make that on the machine instead of hand knitting it.
All right.
So
it really will be a weekender.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I'll see if I can wrangle it before we leave tonight.
That's okay. I probably won't get to it this week, but when you pull it out, I'm going to do great things with it.
I can't wait. That does remind me, because I was thinking about all the sweaters I started last year and then abandoned, and Weekender is one of them. And I'm all the way done with all the stockinette of the body, and I think the front, like when you break off.
Yeah.
So I just need to do the back and the sleeves.
Yeah.
But I don't think, like, it was a fair matchup with Karin and I in the sorrel.
Yes.
But I'm not going to
you're not
beat you on
try
your
and
weekend.
race me.
Or I'm going to sabotage you. Get the machine out just before I'm done.
Yeah, do a whole bunch and then we can race.
Ready, set, go.
Yeah. I don't have as much sweaters worth of yarn in my stash as I thought I did.
Oh.
Because I was like, well, let me see what else I can make. And then I hit a wall with anything worsted or higher that I had sweaters worth of. So,
well, I don't think it hasn't been as popular of a yarn weight in our climate and our...
Yeah. And I know I could technically, like, make the back in halves, but then I would have a seam up the back, and that's...
Yeah.
If I can avoid that, I like to.
Yeah.
So once I have access to 200 stitches, I can do sport, DK weight, stuff like that. So...
My one concern about pulling my machine out is I thought I was missing some needles, but I think you used it.
I did use it a couple years ago, and it was fine.
Okay. All right, good.
But yeah, I don't know what my next knitting machine adventure will be, but it has been very fun.
This is a wonderful haul.
Thank you. Yeah, I finished 3 sweaters this month, right?
I mean, in a month you could do your
my
2020.
I
know.
My 12 sweaters in 2020. Now it's 2021. Okay, Anne, what did you finish?
I finished Sorrel. Woo!
Yay.
Let's have more applause about that. And I finished the first carved.
Yes.
So
I love
made
it.
in a minty green. It's not minty.
Oh, it's so pretty.
It's like one of those Cinderella pumpkins.
Yes, and which I have the cutest picture that I took at Sprouts.
Okay.
It's now my background.
I love that sweater.
Look at these pumpkins.
Oh, I love
Aren't
them.
those pumpkins beautiful?
Yes.
So go to Sprouts and
love
look at the
those.
green pumpkins.
Just go look at the pumpkins.
Yeah.
Don't try and carve one.
No.
They're hard as rocks.
Yeah. No.
They also
They're
smell like
just
cucumbers
beautiful.
inside.
Oh.
Are they really pumpkins or are they gourds?
I don't know.
They're not.
Who knows?
I don't think they're.
I mean, all
gourds.
pumpkins are gourds,
They're
aren't they?
Squashes.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
So anyway,
some have... Okay.
My carved is
Love it.
a green pumpkin.
How did you find
It's
that
lovely.
sweater? That
I love
pattern?
that neck.
Because I had some problems with the pattern.
How did I find it?
Yes.
Oh,
Not like how did you, but like how was it?
What did you think
looked
working
at your
it?
finished project
how-
because you're
how
religious.
was it?
No, I want to tell people how I found it.
Okay.
You are religious about putting your things on Ravelry.
I have been not so much lately, but yes.
At least at this period, I was able to, because I didn't remember what it was called.
Pumpkin sweater.
Katie's pumpkin sweater. So I went onto Katie's Ravelry. I found the pattern there. It's
Yeah.
a basic raglan sweater. I added short rows to the back neckline because I
Mhm.
don't like that it's a
Yeah.
like strangling straight across raglan, and I think that it's not very hard to integrate nor ask
Yeah.
your knitters to have short rows. I don't like how I did my short rows, and I don't usually like this because there are some popular designers who just throw in 6 rows in the back.
Yeah.
And see how like it's not blacked yet, but see how it's kind of like lumpy. And when I put it on, it's sort of like a little
Revival's
hump.
that way.
Yeah.
I think this will block fine, but it occurred to me when I started my second one and Mirabella's that maybe I should do it in the ribbing.
Oh, smart.
And it sits up real nice, and it's not all lumpy. So I put 6 rows of short rows in all 3 of these now. I had a very ugly off dye lot color. Can you guys see that I striped both my sleeves?
No.
Good,
No.
because it's like a freaking alarm light to me.
Oh, I can,
you
but
see?
I would not have
Yeah.
if you ever pointed it out. I
Good.
wouldn't have noticed.
Okay, but
I
I'm
would have
very
just
happy
thought
with
it's just
it.
the lighting in the room.
Yeah.
So
Very happy with my green.
Cute.
But I can't stand
It's a
to
nice
put it on
length,
today.
too.
I loved how my stripes turned out, so I did exactly the same length body from my stripes sweater. So I added short rows to the neckline. That was my main complaint, is I did not like the neckline.
I also found that the raglan line was really long. And I had to shorten mine significantly, but it might just have been the size that I made.
Yeah, mine's okay. I lucked out there. I was sort of reflecting today that when I put it, because I did try it on, but when I really put it on in its full format, sleeves on, everything, that I felt like it was a long yoke.
Yeah.
But I'm coming off of sorrel,
right,
which is an
really
insanely long yoke. I wasn't as flabbergasted or surprised, I guess. Something I liked in her chart is that since you're drawing a jack-o'-lantern face with lace, there's long stretches of knits. I like that she told you how many
stitches were there
in that long column. I'd like to see more lace knitters do that, and I gave it as a tip to somebody today who's just learning to read charts. I'm like, I just did this lace pattern, right? Knit 13 right here. You're gonna like that.
I liked that because then you don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I liked that part. It's not a very like sophisticated, which is good. I mean, I will wear this again on Pi Day because that's where I wear my jack-o'-lantern shirt. But I'm not gonna, it's a sweater meant for 1 month's wear.
That's why I have an orange one that I have not worn because it was too hot, and then I'm not gonna wear it any other time. Even though people told me like, oh, you can wear it whenever. I'm like,
and then all day because I wear my jack-o'-lantern one like t-shirt on Pi Day. March 14th for people who write their dates differently than Americans do. I get comments of like, you're in the wrong holiday or all day.
It's Pie Day. Pumpkin pie. I've never heard of it.
Yeah. But it's okay. I'm fine with it.
Good.
So I finished those 2 sweaters. I have a new craft and I really feel like this is a craft. Which I started following this girl on Instagram, so full credit to her inspiring. I believe her name is Julie's Wreath Boutique.
Oh,
This would have been my obsession had it not become my obsession.
Okay. It's a proper project.
Yeah. Julie's Wreath Boutique. She has very comprehensive YouTube videos, so if you can't join us for the class I'm planning, or I want to call it more of a workshop. I mean, I've definitely like developed my own techniques on the concept in the few that I've done, but her YouTube videos, watch them so she can get her ad revenue because her stuff is really well done and really cute and really approachable. So here's my patriotic wreath. I made this on Labor Day, went home promptly and put it on the on the door. Because my husband insisted on putting a wreath hook, like a command strip one, in the middle of our beautiful brand new front door when he installed it last year.
Right.
And
so it's on there forever.
Well, it's a command strip. It could come
but
off.
It's still there.
Okay.
And then he put like a very sweet attempt at a wreath of rosemary on there because he really wanted a Christmas wreath. I finished an autumn one that's hanging on our door, and I had the thought that we would do like at Anna Capo where you just take it off and put it on the other side. But that's a very tall door.
I noticed that too. I'm like, is this a taller
really
door?
Tall door. I had to like get a chair.
Yeah, because I saw that too, and I thought, oh, that's cute. And I thought about putting it on the other side, and I was like, this must be a taller door.
Yeah, you're right.
Or maybe we have a longer hook. I don't know.
And then I finished this fun autumn one. Where
cute.
I used,
that's pretty.
A really fun little pre-made bouquet from Michael's as the center. So you have these gorgeous ribbons, and I am not like a wrap your Christmas present special kind of person. And I've always thought those are fun. I wonder what you could do with them. And so you can make these gorgeous wreaths.
Yeah, that's fun.
And I'm offering that as a class once in October and once in December.
I've heard from multiple people that they are excited about it.
They're showing me their ribbon choices. Very good. Yeah. And you could do any season you want. Like it's become a sickness. It really has. But I think I'll stop when I hit like 12 or 13.
You need one for every month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sure. Yeah. Mirabella's tried it out. She made one for her room because I want to make sure it was like something I could share with someone and not just like, oh, it's all making sense in my head.
No, you got to be able to teach it.
So I have made 5.
I like
6.
the one you posted on Instagram.
So that one, I'm so glad to hear that you like it because it was where all the purple glitter came from. I really did try to erase all the purple glitter, and then I left a glitter bomb behind me, and I think that was just from leaving it on the table while I gathered my things up.
Wow. That was a lot of glitter.
Yeah. But there was more before.
Okay. I believe you because there was glitter in the trash. So I believe you.
Also, I was trying to do a public health announcement. The joke about one person's using glitter.
Yes.
Now, how many people have glitter in their projects?
Yeah.
So that one is bigger. It's 18-inch frame, and it has a hot pink spider on a black spider web in the center.
Oh, that's fun.
I used like 10 different ribbons and tools and insane fun.
Love it.
It was really fun.
Cool.
I'm gonna make one for my door. I finally figured out what
you have one for your door.
No, that one's temporary.
That's the Christmas
open. So there's a really fun Halloween one.
Yeah.
I don't know if my other friend Katie, if she listens, but I finished and I was like, there's a sports team that are these colors. Like it's not just for Halloween, but there's a sports team. Yeah. Giants. So I think I'm gonna send that to her and surprise her with it.
Cute.
Because I already have my Halloween wreath.
Yeah. How many Halloween wreaths do you need?
Well, one for every door. Yeah.
Well, I guess
like 5 doors in my house.
There you go.
Every bedroom.
So I've got more wreaths in the works. You'll have to hear about them in the future as I finish them.
I love when we get a new craft. You know?
Yeah. It's been a while, and it's truly crafty.
Very crafty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird for me to say and be happy about.
No, crafts are fun.
They are.
Yeah. I found the name of the pattern for the sweater. It's called Lillian. The Lillian cardigan by 2 of Wands, and it's a free pattern from her website that I used for my gold sweater that I'm wearing right now.
Fabulous.
Okay. So today we are going to the bar or the pub, however whichever you'd prefer.
Where's that kombucha?
What are we drinking? Yeah.
Yeah. Probably just water or tea, honestly.
Actually, I do have a lot that I totally forgot to bring home. So
we're going to the pub and or bar, and we're doing trivia night.
Woohoo!
So this comes from knittersreview.com, and it is put together by Stephen and Penelope and Clara Parks from last year as like a stay-at-home fun crafty thing. So I'm giving each of you a clipboard.
Awesome.
With answer sheets on it. And if you've never played bar trivia before or pub trivia, basically we have there's 2 rounds. I don't know if we're going to get through 2, but we'll start with 1 and see how our time is working out. Each one of our quizzes, so the first one you have there is for quiz 1, is 4 rounds. So there's 5 questions per round, and Anne needs a pen or a pencil or something.
Thank you.
Team name.
So you would play in teams, but it's Anne versus Karin, and I also don't have a prize because I thought of this last minute, but
Anne.
you get bragging rights.
My team name is Anne. I like to brag. This seems fine.
So each round is 5 questions. So I'm going to ask you the questions. You're going to write down your answer. I'm not going to give the answers until we've gone through all 5. And then you'll add up your points.
So you guys can play at home.
Exactly. So that's the idea, is if you want to play at home, it is 4 rounds with 5 questions per round. And then I have a score sheet. You guys are in charge of telling me how many you get per round, and we'll see who wins.
All right.
Okay?
I'm ready.
I did some research in finding like knitting trivia, yarn trivia, and a lot of it is super basic. And it's like, if it's a knit stitch, what's the other stitch in knitting? It's like, well, this really doesn't work for us, but these are good questions. So,
okay. I trust the source.
Exactly. Let me grab my pencil here. Okay. So we are doing quiz 1. If you want to find this for yourself, it's from, I think I said, it's called the Crafty Pub Quiz 2021 for knitters and crocheters. Okay. So round 1 is general knowledge. Okay. Question number 1 is, what does sable mean? S-A-B-L-E. It stands for, what does it stand for?
S-A-B-L-E.
And don't tell me your answers, just write them down.
What does sable stand for?
Yep. I know, I was like,
Was it an acronym?
It's an acronym.
Oh.
And I'm watching the clock for,
I'm already erasing.
I mean, I know sable, but what does it stand for? It's like, I'll give you a hint. It's like F-O, W-I-P. It's one of those.
Oh.
I'm going to give you 10 more seconds. It's a lot of dead air. I'm sorry, but you also get to play along at home. So, okay. Question number 2. How many issues of Lane magazine have been published?
Lane.
Some of these might just be a guess, but and also, it's at my discretion. You know, if someone gets closer or whatever, I'll award points as we go. Okay. Question number 3. Which 6th-generation family-run enterprise dating back to 1829 makes knitting needles and accessories? Dating back to 1829. Okay, question 4. What is the difference between felting and fulling? I need you to write it down because that way I know. I know it's, it could be a long explanation, but that way there's no cheating, you know what I mean?
Are you like looking into my school history when I like to go last and like round the class?
Yeah, I can. It's just good test taking, right?
Yeah.
I also know how each of you work. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna ask you question 5, and then I'll give you a little bit of time to catch up. Question 5 is, what does the I in I-cord stand for?
I love this question.
Yeah. Okay, your time is up. So, we have 5 questions in round 1. Question number 1. What does SABLE mean? SABLE stands for Stash Acquisition Beyond Life Expectancy.
Oh. Can we go by words we got right?
I want to hear your answers.
Okay. Stash available, but less exciting.
I like that.
Okay, mine has nothing to do with that, but it's funny. Stitch and Bitch loves everyone.
Oh, I like that too.
I'm going to give a point to Anne because she got stash right, but you get an honorary, not real point.
I get a smiley face.
Yeah.
I put a smiley face next to that one.
See, and you're supposed to be keeping score for me. So.
Yeah,
a little goofy smile.
It's like, whose line is it anyway? The points don't really mean anything, but we're keeping track.
There's supposed to be a winner.
So. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, then there will be.
I already know it's not.
There will be a winner.
I'm not doing well this.
You might get surprised.
Round.
There have been 9 issues of Lane magazine.
I guess
not over 100.
Oh my.
It's been around a long time.
I'm gonna give no points for that one.
Wait, only 9?
Because it's like quarterly, I think.
Yeah, only 9 issues.
So it's not been around that long. Or maybe it's I wonder if it's by
year.
Annually.
I mean, this is from 2020, so there may be more now, but...
Oh, there might be 12 now?
I just thought that...
I don't know. I don't have that information in front of me.
I feel like that's Googleable.
So the whole time that we were at Anna Kappa, they didn't necessarily publish the whole time?
No.
Oh,
yeah,
well, I did not know that.
What 6th-generation family-run enterprise dating back to 1829 makes knitting needles and accessories? That would be Addie.
I got it!
Wow. I thought it was Susan
one.
Bates or Boy, and I was trying to...
I doubted
good.
myself and thought, so I got that point. Awesome.
Well done.
The difference between felting and fulling. Felting uses raw, unspun wool to create a felted object, and fulling is when you felt a previously knitted object. I'm assuming you probably both got that.
Well, yeah, that's what I started. That was my first job teaching at Anna Kappa.
There you go.
So, I mean, we both get a point.
Yeah.
Did I call it
for everyone.
Did I call it a fulling class?
No, you still call it.
No,
we still call
which
it.
I
felting,
always
but-
explain every time I
Felted
taught a
knitting.
felting
Yes.
class was, this is really fulling, but you wouldn't understand what it is.
Yeah.
I called it that.
I put fulling as knitting that is beaten to shrink. Felting is the same with just fiber.
Great.
So,
what does the I in I-cord stand for?
Idiot.
Idiot.
I put insane.
Idiot.
It's idiot,
Similar.
according
It's idiot.
to Elizabeth Zimmerman.
Yeah.
So we're going with
idiot.
that.
I
Cord.
always
Yeah.
introduce it to
almost-
someone, make
Yeah.
sure they're
I got 2
confident in
points.
it, and then
And
I
then
tell
call
them
it
what
that.
it is.
Yeah, so not like any idiot can do this.
Yeah.
Okay, round 1. What are your scores so far?
3.
3
2.
for Anne.
2 for me.
2 for Karin. Okay, round 2. Crafty humans.
I'm horrible with names.
Question number 1. Who is the queen of brioche?
Oh.
Who is the queen of
I know her
brioche?
name. I can't think of it. I know the name.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of time afterwards to catch up if you need it.
Yeah.
Who designed the Nubian Queen pullover and wore it to great acclaim at Vogue Knitting New York City in 2019? I did not know this, so I don't judge you if you also didn't know this.
Wait.
Who designed the Nubian Queen pullover and wore it to great acclaim at Vogue Knitting Live NYC in 2019? I don't know this pattern.
Do we know if it's knitting or crochet?
It's Vogue Knitting Live, so I'm assuming it's a knit, but I don't know.
It could be crochet still, though.
Yeah.
Because they do both
if you don't know, it's okay.
in LA.
Nope. Question number 3. Anne Budd was the managing editor of what knitting magazine? Some of these are hard, and also I don't know, so if you also don't, it's fine. Question number 4. Who hosts the Fruity Knitting podcast? I have not listened to or watched this one, so I've heard of it.
Nope.
Okay. Question 5. What famous knitter and wool advocate started the Knitter's Review? And bonus point, when was it launched?
Oh, wait. I think I did this one.
Okay.
I'm sure you got 2 right.
We'll see. Round 2.
2 words.
I can't think of the first name.
The Queen of Brioche is Nancy
wait.
Marchant. No, wait.
I
gave you time.
I didn't write it down, so I'm not counting it.
That's
I got
okay.
it. I got it.
I knew you would get it.
Sylvia Watts Cherry designed the Nubian Queen pullover.
Okay.
Her at is with cherries on top too. I don't know her, but I will look it
cherries
up.
on top too.
Yep.
All right. My guess was Jeffrey Stitch, who is a very good crocheter.
And number 2 or TOO?
TOO with cherries on top too on Instagram. Sylvia Watts Cherry. I'm gonna look that up because I don't know that sweater. Anne Budd was the managing editor of Interweave Knits.
Yep.
Oh, I should know that. I thought it was the
That's
Knitters
the other
magazine.
one I thought you'd get.
Nope.
Oh.
I should have
That's
known,
okay.
but that was before my time. She wasn't the editor when I was there. I wasn't there, but when
you got published.
a
she was
contributor.
gone.
She was
Yeah,
gone when
she
I
was
was a
gone.
contributor.
That was
so.
early.
Yeah.
The hosts of the Fruity Knitting podcast are Andrew and Andrea Doing.
Okay.
Doing.
Great to know.
Yeah, I don't know them. I don't listen to knitting podcasts as I make one right now.
No.
Can I say number 5?
Number 5. What famous knitter and wool advocate started the Knitter's Review?
I'm going to say her name.
Okay.
And you can say.
I think I know the year. Go ahead.
Okay, who did
No,
it?
you know what? You go for both.
Who is it?
Because now I'm feeling like lacking
You probably
confidence.
know it.
Go for it, Karen. Go.
Clara Parks,
Yeah. And what year was this?
2005.
2000 even.
Oh, okay.
I fully missed that.
Uh-oh.
What is the name of Elizabeth Zimmerman's newsletter?
The Schoolhouse Press.
No, that's not the name of the newsletter, is it?
Yeah.
The newsletter? That's the
think it was.
publishing house.
It was both.
Oh, I don't
Okay.
know actually.
Yeah, so I missed that.
Oh, okay. Points for round 2.
Well, I got the 1
2.
point.
And 1 for Karen?
1 for Karen.
Great. Okay. Round 3 is called Anatomy of.
Oh, okay. We should
What
do
is
well.
the name of the natural grease coating on a sheep's wool? What is the name of the natural grease coating on a sheep's wool? I really hope you're playing along at home, and if you do, please tell me if you beat Anne or Karen, because that's what I really want to know. Because I don't know what my score would be, so I don't know how I would fare.
It's fun to be the one who holds the answers, eh?
Yeah, it's very, very fun. Question 2. What does the superwash treatment eliminate or reduce on wool or animal fibers to reduce or eliminate felting and fulling? What does it eliminate?
Is there a name for that particular?
Mm-hmm. What does superwash treatment eliminate or reduce on wool? I wish I had Jeopardy music going in the background. That would be fun too.
You can add it.
Like
You can add it.
It's probably copyright.
Oh.
Okay. Question
Wait,
4.
Wait.
I'll give you time to catch up.
Okay.
Question 4. In which type of yarn are the fibers more aligned and parallel to each other? Worsted or woolen? In what type of yarn are the fibers more aligned and parallel? Is it worsted or woolen yarn?
That's a real good question.
Spinners would know.
Yeah.
And question 5. Which one of these fibers is not organic?
Wait, I missed something.
I'll go back and
Okay.
fill in. Question 5. Which of these fibers is not organic?
No, you missed.
No, you missed number 4.
something.
Oh, I missed number 3. I'm so sorry. I'm a terrible host.
Oh no. Okay, so hold on.
Okay. Question 2 was for superwash. Question 4 was woolen or worsted. So question 3.
that was number 4.
Sorry.
Hold on, I gotta erase
Sorry,
number.
everyone.
Okay, number 3.
If you know, I am impressed. What are the 2 types of fiber in an Icelandic sheep's fleece called? That is question 3. What are the 2 types of fiber in an Icelandic sheep's fleece called? And question 5. Which of these fibers is not organic? Modal, hemp, flax, silk, acetate, or nylon?
Wait. Say that again?
Which of these fibers is not organic? Modal, hemp, flax, silk, acetate, or nylon?
So there's more than one answer.
Which one of these fibers?
Oh.
One of them is not organic. And I'll give you a second to catch up.
Okay.
Okay. Round 3 answers are: the name of the natural grease coating on a sheep's wool is called lanolin.
Got it.
Superwash treatment eliminates the scales on the fibers of the wool.
I said barbed tips of each strand, so that's the.
I think that's technically right too.
Because
I'll give it to you.
Because the whole thing is made of scales. It's only the tips on the scales that are. Otherwise, you wouldn't have any fiber.
It eliminates or reduces the scales on the fibers.
Yeah. Okay. I'm taking that one.
I'm also, because I didn't phrase it exactly that way, but I do have
I'll
keratin
give it to
scales in the
That's
answer.
it.
That's good.
There it is. Yeah.
I said the kink in the keratin scales.
You said scales, so that's good. Okay. The 2 types of fiber in an Icelandic sheep's fleece are called the thell and the tog. That's why I was like,
definitely did not
impressed
get
with you.
that. No, I put the down or guard hairs, which
I think, what's her name? Mary, who's one of our students occasionally, she just went to Iceland and she brought back some gorgeous yarn and like a color card of it all and it all explains it all. I bet that's in that color card.
Could be.
Which I looked at and didn't absorb that knowledge.
The thel, Thel, and tog, Tog.
I love
That's why I'm going to take this home. I'm like, I got some Googling to do. I don't know everything. Okay.
This is fun.
What type of yarn are fibers more aligned and parallel to each other? Worsted or woolen?
My guess is worsted.
Worsted.
All right.
because woolens are.
Yeah.
Well, they're fuzzier.
Yeah.
Well,
They're more woolly.
They're like this, whereas the worsted
She's
is up and down.
bunched.
This is an audio
Yeah.
podcast.
She gripped her fists
Yes.
together, basically.
Yeah.
Question 5. Which of these fibers is not organic? It is nylon.
Whoa!
I don't know what
So
acetate is.
acetate is a petroleum product,
Right.
which I
That's
had a
not
second.
organic.
It
Organic comes.
originally was.
Okay, no.
Yes.
I'm Googling
Organic
it right
comes
now.
from plant fiber,
No.
not from animal. If we're talking,
What are you talking about? Organic? You're organic.
It's a Whoa! It's a semi-synthetic polymer, also known as cellulose acetate. Cellulose fiber is made from wood pulp.
All right.
Oh.
Wood pulp.
That fooled
Okay.
me.
Like
So-
modal, which is organic.
Yeah.
trick
Look at us
question.
learning
Well, see, I
stuff.
knew
Trick
modal
quest-
was
that was a trick question.
yeah.
Trick question, because nylon. No, nylon is
Yeah, what are you,
nylon.
what's your defense
Well, I
for
was
nylon?
like, I
Nylon
was sure it was
plastic?
acetate, and I was like, so what is nylon made out of
Yeah.
if it's the natural fiber?
Well,
so,
wait. Yeah, that's right. Nylon is like basic plastic because we talk about polyamide.
Yeah.
And certain things are some like when we talk about bamboo
Mhm.
yarn. Bamboo yarn is basically
modal.
It's made in the same way as nylon in that it takes like a plant, the pulp of the center bamboo comes.
Nylon is not an extruded fiber.
It's not extruded.
It's the fake fiber.
It's non-organic. It is man-made.
No, I know it's man-made, but what I'm saying is in the same process that they extrude, bamboo is also an extruded fiber,
Like
which
modal and
yeah, and what are some of the other ones?
It's a
Tencel?
thermoplastic
Tencel,
made
that's
of
the other word.
petroleum. Nylon is.
Oh, then
So it
I
should've
can
been-
make the argument that it is a natural.
I mean, it's like dead
Originally.
dinosaurs, right?
Originally.
Okay, round number 4 is...
Oh, we got the scores.
Oh, yeah, give
Oh.
me your scores. Round 3.
3.
3 for Anne.
3 for Karin.
3 for Anne. 3 for Karin. Great.
Same 3.
Do we want to catch up as far as like how you guys are doing as we go into the final round?
Sure.
Anne has 8 points. Karen has 6 points.
Yep.
So you can come from behind, Karen. Okay.
Maybe.
Round 4 is called Around the World. What style of crochet hook keeps live stitches on an elongated crochet hook or circular loop?
Dang it. I shouldn't
style of
share so
crochet?
much.
Oh my goodness.
Like she wouldn't know.
Like I
yeah.
could ever keep it.
Hey now.
What craft whose earliest examples are found in Israel and Denmark? Let me finish the question, Anne.
I know.
Was a predecessor to knitting and crochet, uses a single needle to make fabric from pieces of string.
Yeah, I could have answered when I was
I know you could have.
Say that again.
The craft whose earliest examples are found in Israel and Denmark was a predecessor to knitting and crochet, which uses a single needle to make fabric from pieces of string. What is it called?
And I can see...
Question number 3. What is the Irish word for a jumper or pullover sweater? What is the Irish word for a jumper or pullover?
I thought jumper was the jumper.
Yeah. Guess that's the
in Irish.
British term.
Oh, in Irish.
I guess Gaelic, right?
Did you encounter a lot of these when you went there?
Yeah, I did. This is in, I'm assuming, Gaelic, but there's an English version of this word that you know. The Irish word for a jumper or pullover. Question 4. In what country did the adorable doll-like Valais Blacknose sheep originate?
Say that, what?
In what country did the adorable doll-like Valais, V-A-L-A-I-S, Blacknose sheep originate? Where did they come from? They're the really, really cute ones that look like stuffed animals. And they've got, I think, like little black ears and little black noses. Well, obviously, black nose sheep. And question 5. What is the U.S. equivalent crochet term for a UK half treble? What is the U.S. equivalent term for a UK half treble? I'm going to pause and let you guys catch up. And I will reread any answers, or questions, not answers, that you need. Okay, Anne and Karen have finished their answers for round 4. Question 1. What style of crochet keeps live stitches on an elongated crochet hook? That would be Tunisian crochet.
The thing right in front of me in my lap.
I liked that one.
So I got one.
The craft whose earliest samples are found in Israel and Denmark is called knoll binding.
I knew that's it. I
That's
was like,
one of those
yes, that
things-
is it. I said something binding.
Yep.
I almost said fall bending, or I'm like,
or it's
that's
probably
not
knoll
right.
bending.
It's not.
That's one of those things that
yeah.
I want to learn how to do.
Somebody was doing it.
And it's not
it's
not like it's inaccessible. Like you can buy the tools, you can watch the YouTube videos. I just haven't done it.
And it was supposed to be like the really fancy thing. It's like, oh, your wife knit your mittens? I'm sorry.
I have these beautiful knoll bended mittens.
Knoll bound?
Sure. The Irish word for a jumper or pullover is the Gansey.
Oh,
Guernsey.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that
It's
word.
Geansai would be the Irish Gansey. Geansai. A Gansey.
I didn't realize that was a word for sweater.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a style of
a pullover.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Like the knitted, like the cabling.
Yeah, like I think that's like a fisherman's Gansey.
Yeah.
As in the Guernsey potato peel pie and book.
Yeah, well, that's a place.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah, same
not
thing.
far off.
Well, Fair Isle sweaters are a place.
Yep.
Fair Isle.
The country that the adorable doll-like Valais Blacknose sheep originated in was Switzerland.
Did you put France?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a bad
it's
guess.
a French word.
No, it's a French
no,
word.
It's a
because
word.
I guess it's a
Switzerland.
Switzerland word.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they speak half German and.
As soon as I saw it spelled, I'm like, oh, that's kind of a French spelling. But yeah, it's also Swiss spelling. So there.
The U.S. equivalent crochet term for a UK half treble is a half double.
Yup.
Woo! Yep. I got 2. And I did not change my status.
I got 3.
3. Okay, well, Anne won that one.
Woo!
So that would be 9, 10, 11 for Anne, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Karen. Do you want to do the second one?
Yeah.
Okay. This would be
Ding, turn the
Page
page.
2. There are 2 of these quizzes available. So if you wanted to, we're going to go through number 2.
Same categories, different questions.
There's one different category.
Oh, got
gauge.
Got gauge.
Round 1 is still general knowledge. So, question number 1. Where does the merino originate?
Oh.
Where are merino sheep from? What well-known car brand started out as a weaving loom manufacturer? Started out as a weaving loom manufacturer. I did not know this. What well-known car brand started as a weaving loom manufacturer? Question number 3. Name 2 types of sheep whose name ends in Dale. D-A-L-E. You've heard of these.
Yeah.
Do I have to do both of them or just one of them?
2 sheep whose name ends in Dale. I have 4 on my list.
Whoa.
Oh. They're also the name of cheese?
One of them I thought was a cheese.
I can't think of what that is, but I love that you both.
I know it's a type of cheese.
Thought that.
Because I watched a lot of Wallace and Gromit.
Now I why can't I think of the kind of cheese that sounds like a sheep?
Question number 4. When was the first commercial sheep shearing machine invented? I'll give it to whoever's closer. What year was the first commercial sheep shearing machinery invented? And if you could tell me by who, he's got a good name, but if you could tell me by who, you'll get a bonus point. And question number 5. Which design has the most projects on Ravelry as of 2020? What design of all patterns, free, paid, crochet, knit, what has the most projects on Ravelry?
Dang it.
Wow.
Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Where does the merino originate?
Spain.
Or a Moorish import to Spain, but
Spain's in Spain, for mainly on the plain.
On the merino sheep.
Mm-hmm.
What well-known car brand started out as a weaving loom manufacturer? That would be Toyota.
I got it!
Good job.
Wow.
Good job.
Pure guess.
Yeah, right?
Absolute pure
Who
guess.
It's like Nintendo started out as like a playing card company in like the 1800s. It's like one of those.
Yeah.
2 sheep whose name ends in Dale. I'll give you a point for whichever one you can get.
Okay, I got Corriedale.
Corriedale.
I got that.
And?
Wensleydale.
A Wensleydale.
Ooh.
There's also a Swaldale and a Borderdale.
I get 1 point. She gets 2 points,
and she
right?
gets 2.
Nice.
Yep. The first commercial sheep shearing machine was invented in 1877.
Oh.
Who's closer?
1835.
You were closer. I got
Okay.
1820.
By Frederick York Woolsey.
Woolsey.
Duh.
Wolseley. Still.
Wolseley.
Wolseley.
What was that again?
1877.
All right. I want to look that up.
Who knew?
That's super cool. I knew it had to be like Industrial Revolution.
Yeah. The design with the most projects on Ravelry is the hitchhiker Martina Bem.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
We were just talking about her.
And I had just recommended that to
I
somebody
know.
else, and I
Yep.
completely forgot. I'm like, I know.
That's funny because I was also thinking about, Karin just asked me about this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, points for
Remember
round
what it was,
1.
huh?
So I didn't
4.
think I was
4.
giving you a hint because I was pretty sure you knew it already.
Mhm.
Karen, points for round 1.
4 because I got
Woohoo.
2
Ooh,
I got the
starting off
bonus-
strong with a tie.
bonus prizes.
Okay, round 2 is called Crafty Humans. Who founded BIPOC in Fiber?
Who founded it?
Who founded it?
Oof.
There's a fly on my microphone. Go away, fly. Who founded BIPOC in Fiber?
Name of a company? I
It's a
presume?
person. Yes, BIPOC in Fiber is a company or a organization, I guess.
Well, can we name the person by?
Name the person who founded it.
'Cause
What
we think-
American-born artist and designer was made an honorary member of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire?
Say it all again.
What American-born artist and designer was made an honorary member of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire? He's an honorary member because he's American. He's a very well-known artist.
Not designer?
Artist and designer.
Oh.
That we would all know. I didn't actually know that he was American, but now I know.
Oh.
They are American. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Number 3. Which Mean Girls actor is also an avid knitter and crocheter?
Oh, man. I see her face. And her adorable
You can't tell me that girl
eyes.
from Mean Girls because...
I know. Can I quote a line from Mean Girls?
Nope. Yeah, know her name.
I only know the name of the one actress, and I don't think it's her.
I follow her. Like, her, and it's her screen
Okay, then it's not the one. It's not the one I think.
Well, what Mean Girls actors in knitter and crocheter? That's question number 3. Question number 4. What style of knitting is Nancy Bush famous for? We should know this. We all should know this. What style of knitting is Nancy Bush known for?
No. No. These are very hard.
Style of knitting that she is known for, both lace and stranded versions of this style of knitting.
Oh. Nancy Bush, the designer.
Nancy Bush. Not the former First Lady.
No, she's known for other things, but not for being... She's known for being crafty in other ways.
Okay.
Well...
I'll let you catch up in a sec. Who are the founders of Ravelry? That is question number 5. Who are the founders of Ravelry? Okay. Round 2, Crafty Humans. This was a struggle round, I think.
Yeah, this is hard.
The founder of BIPOC in Fiber was Jeanette Sloan.
I was going to write her name. I was totally going to write her name,
Well,
but I didn't, so...
I was not. I was thinking of other leaders, but not
She's the one that came to mind.
Should have written it down.
But her face did, but not her name. I'm horrible with names.
What American-born artist and designer was made an honorary member of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire? That would be Kay Fassett.
I thought maybe
Hey,
his friend
gave you a local.
I even gave you
He's
a hint.
local.
I've been to his house.
I guess I didn't know that he was American.
He grew up in Ojai, I think.
No, he grew up in Big Sur.
Oh, but he has some connection to Ojai.
Probably. The Mean Girls actor who is
Hold
also
a
knitter and crocheter.
Wait.
This is... You're going to kick yourself.
Amanda Siegfried. That's what you were going to say.
You got
Amanda Seyfried.
You got it.
Karin gets a point.
Can I have anything for getting Minji?
No,
you get a half point.
No. I only got it because I knew she said Amanda, so she should get the point too.
Okay,
I know it's not gonna help me, but
Karin cheated off that point. Amanda Seyfried.
I got the last name.
But like I could picture
You said
her,
Siegfried.
and there's this
Seyfried. It's most of the letters are the same.
Okay, Wilmoth. Which is your last name.
Yeah, right? I was like, just a weird pronunciation. The style of knitting that Nancy Bush, not the former First Lady, is known for is Estonian knitting.
Oh, not mitered. Because I knew that was somebody
should've
else.
known that.
Oh, yeah. Didn't she come to Anna Kappa
Yes,
once?
she did.
Yep.
She taught a class on Estonian lace knitting.
Duh.
Yep.
You're right.
With the Noops.
With the Noops. Yep.
She was fantastic. I liked her.
Yep.
Oh,
The founders
I'm sorry,
of Ravelry are Jessica and Cassidy Forbes. Cassidy.
I had Casey, not Cassidy, but I did get Jessica.
Well, you get 1 point.
So I get 1 point.
It's her dead name.
That was 2 points available for that one, so we'll give you 1 for Jessica. Okay, round 2. How many points did you get?
1!
Woohoo!
I got 2.
Ooh, Karen's in the lead.
Well.
Going into round 3. This is called Got Gauge.
Whew.
What
Most of the time.
is the EPS, and what is it used for? What is the EPS, and what is it used for? And I'll give you time after to write it all out if you want, because we're going to move on. Question number 2. What is a U.S. hook size H in millimeters? Question number 3 is a word problem. Not really. Your pattern gauge is 27/4. Your swatch with a size 3 ended up with 25/4. Are you a loose or a tight knitter? Should you use a smaller or a larger needle and swatch to try and get gauge? There are 2 points available for that one. Number 1, are you tight or loose? Number 2, smaller or larger needle. Your pattern gauge is 27, and you got 25.
Okay.
Number 4, if your gauge is 22 stitches over 4 inches, and you cast on 308 stitches, how many centimeters have you cast on?
Start over, please.
If your gauge is 22 stitches over 4 inches, or 10 centimeters, how many centimeters have you cast on?
I'm sorry. What was my cast on?
308 stitches.
8.
22 stitches per 10 centimeters. You cast on 308. How many centimeters have you cast on? I'm not going to let you use your phone calculator, but I'll give you time to do that.
Yeah. Well, that we'll come back to.
And question 5. Is row gauge typically higher or lower than stitch gauge? A higher or lower number.
Wait. Say that.
Is row gauge typically a higher or lower number than stitch gauge? And I'm going to pause to let you guys catch up.
And do math.
Yeah, do your math. Okay. Round 3. The EPS stands for Elizabeth's Percentage System.
Oh.
I know that.
I know you know that.
Oh, darn
God
it.
bless it.
What'd you write?
Blank per stitch.
Oh.
And it's used to measure the elasticity of yarn.
The EPS is Elizabeth's percentage system.
I totally want to teach that as a class, and I have like a very skeletal
evolutions per
workspace.
second to measure twist and spun yarn.
Oh.
It sounds good.
That would be revolutions.
Evolution. Evolution.
How many
It
times
is-
did
so
it
that
change?
is where I think that's where I was too. It's like
Per
the
second.
twist,
Yeah.
it's a stretch of the
Oh,
yarn.
Elizabeth
It's a
percentage
calculation
system,
for
dang it.
sizing garments based on gauge and desired body circumference.
And you've taught it.
I haven't taught it, but I want to teach it.
But
as a
you
You
know
class.
totally could because
Yeah.
you
So I
taught
have like
Elizabeth
a whole,
classes.
like I have a skeleton of a worksheet ready to do that, which I forgot about. Thank you.
Oh, sure.
Mhm. That's a great start the new year class.
Yeah.
A U.S. hook size H is a 5 millimeter.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Got it.
Your pattern gauge is 27 over 4, and you got 25 over 4, which means you wear a loose knitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you should try a
Smaller
needle.
So there's
That's
2
worth
points
2
in that?
points.
2 points.
Got that one.
This one I'm confused about because I also did the math and came up with a different answer than what the answer given here is. So, your gauge is 22 stitches over 4 inches, and you cast on 308 stitches. How many centimeters have you cast on?
140 centimeters.
Karin, what did you get?
I had 35 centimeters.
The answer says 70. But if
I see where I went wrong, though.
if it's 308, you would divide that by 22.
Yeah.
And the answer is 14.
Yes.
So that's 14
Times 10.
Yeah, the
It's
answer's
140.
Yeah, it's 140.
140.
That's wrong.
Yeah, and you get the point because I think that they are wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's how I did my math too.
Stephen, Penelope, and Clara,
And I
please.
showed my work.
That's great.
I showed my work, but the problem was I labeled it wrong. I put 14 inches, and then I thought, how many sets of 10 centimeters do I have in 14? And that's how I got 35.
It's been a long
so-
time since I've been in a math class, so.
You and
And
me
I-
both.
I labeled wrong. That's okay. So
Row gauge is typically higher number than stitch gauge.
Oh, I fully failed that.
Uh-oh.
what?
Because I was thinking about how they're short and squat.
Oh,
Lower.
Yeah.
Short.
The stitches are lower.
Yeah.
Okay, points for round 3.
4.
4 points for
I
Karin.
think we're tied now
4 points for Anne.
overall
Hey,
No, you are ahead by 1 point.
Yeah.
from the
you,
first.
Going ahead.
You did better in the second round.
Yeah.
Significantly
1
better.
point ahead going into round 4. Around the world.
But it's anybody's game.
It's anybody's game. Question number 1. What style of knitting uses a pin to tension the yarn? What style of knitting uses a pin to tension the yarn? Anne is thinking there's smoke coming out of her ears.
Just for real.
I know we're not getting a lot of knitting done in this
Yeah,
episode
no,
because
geez.
we're doing homework.
I know this one.
Question number 2. What country has the most Ravelry users per capita?
Oh.
What country has the most Ravelry members per capita?
I could be wrong, though. Per capita.
Per capita. Not in general. Per capita.
I
still feel confident in my
Me
answer.
too.
What? Question 3.
Unless it's like Luxembourg.
Oh, dang.
Not
I was
saying
going to
anything.
say that.
Question 3. Where will you find the highest number of sheep per human inhabitants?
Luxembourg.
The highest number of sheep per human. What? Where? Not what country, but where will you find?
Where?
It doesn't say what country. It says where.
All right, whatever.
Wait. Like where? Like in the field?
No, it's a place.
Oh,
It's a place.
a field is a place.
It's a specific place.
Because there's always more. There's
But
always
I
more
can
sheep
only
than a
come up with,
shepherds.
Like, countries.
No, look, there's
so-
always more sheep than shepherds.
Can you tell
Come
us
on.
if it is or is not a country? Is the answer.
I think it's an area of a country. It's a specific place, but it's not its own country.
Oh, it's not his own country.
I'm gonna double check because I could be dumb, but I don't think it's its own country.
Okay. No, that's fine. That was a good enough clue.
Oh.
I think.
Let me double check.
Okay.
Googling didn't help me really quickly, but I don't think it's its own country.
Okay.
Number 4. The capital of Shetland. What is the capital of Shetland?
Is Shetland the answer to the previous question?
No, it is not. Shetland is not the answer.
Okay, now I gotta change number
Question
3. Are
3.
you kidding me?
What is the capital of Shetland?
What is the capital of Shetland?
Oh, wait, I know.
Oh, okay. Question number 3. It is a British territory.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, and now that
But
you
is
just
it
told me,
everything?
and now you told me it's not Shetland, I could change it, and I got my second answer. Thank
Okay.
you. There's a freebie.
Damn it! I could have pulled ahead.
Okay, number 4. Number 4.
The
Tell me
capital of Shetland. What is it? Number 5. What is the UK equivalent term for a US treble crochet? The UK equivalent crochet term for a US treble crochet. Anne is
I was
erasing.
going the wrong direction.
I thought you might be. That's why I reset the answer. Okay, round 4, around the world. What style of knitting uses a pin to tension the yarn? Portuguese.
Oh, Karin has one.
Oh.
I said pin lace.
Oh.
A pin.
Yeah.
At first I thought about that, but then I thought, but knitting. So
Yeah, that's
'Cause
more
I
of a
also-
crochet thing.
Yeah.
Pin lace. Okay. Anyways,
Question number 2. What country has the most Ravelry users per capita?
USA.
Iceland.
what?
346 Ravelers per 10,000 people.
Wow.
Ironically, not my second or third answer, but my first answer for number 3 was Iceland.
Oh.
But
Well,
I
Well, for
should've-
number 3.
For number 3.
Yeah.
for number 3.
The most Ravelry members per capita is Iceland. Who knew?
Wow, who knew? Well, they do have a lot of sheep.
Yeah.
They have a lot of wool.
They don't have
What-
the most sheep, though.
No. They have
Question
a
number
lot-
3. Oh, sorry. They have a lot of...
They have a lot of sheep and a lot of long winters. What else are they gonna do?
Yeah, right? The highest number of sheep per human inhabitants?
Faroese Islands.
The Falkland Islands.
Oh, it starts with F.
That
That's
would
not the
be
same.
153 sheep per one person as of 2018. I don't know if that
Wow.
number's different now.
The Falklands. Where
The
is
Falkland
that's
Islands
down off of Argentina,
Yep.
isn't it? Wow. Okay.
in the southwest Atlantic Ocean. There you go.
Would not have ever gotten that.
Yeah. The capital of Shetland
It's Shetland.
is Lerwick.
Oh yes, of course. Oh my god.
You knew
It was
that.
right on the tip of
You
my
knew that.
tongue.
Yeah, no.
In the
Well, I got
US
one so
no,
far. I've only
the
got one.
UK equivalent crochet term for a US treble crochet is a double treble. Double treble crochet.
I almost wrote that.
I got
darn it.
1 point.
And I got 1 point.
1 point,
Whoa,
1 point. Okay,
all right.
Karin wins.
10-2.
It is 10 to 11.
Wow.
So Anne won round 1. Karin ran round 2. Good job,
Very
guys.
nice. Very
Oh,
nice.
What did we learn here
That was
today?
a lot harder.
That-
I know, it was hard, huh?
That I need to sharpen my knitting trivia game.
Yeah.
And everyone around me is going to suffer that.
I need more math.
If they come out with another one of these, we're playing this again, but I want somebody else to be the lead.
Play. I need to study people.
Yeah, but I'm bad at remembering people's names.
Yeah, God bless all these wonderful people who were mentioned, but
sorry.
Yeah,
but BIPOC and fiber, I should have known that.
Okay, well, that is what
Jeanette
I have.
Sloan.
I'm richer for knowing that one.
Yes. And I want to look up the Nubian Queen pullover because it had such great acclaim at Vogue Knitting Live. I don't even know it.
But it was like named.
Do that.
Yeah. If you played along at home, please tell us what your score was. For the official record, for quiz number 1, Anne had 11, Karin had 8, and for quiz number 2, Anne had 10 and Karin had 11. And again, you can find this by Googling Crafty Pub Quiz from Knitter's Review. So, I think that was fun.
That was fun. That was a good one.
Well, that's it for us tonight. And
obsessions?
Oh yeah, no, that's not it for us tonight. Yeah. What are we obsessed with, guys? Karin, do you have one?
Horror books now. I am not just horror books, but I'm now told I'm looking up I follow the site Slasher101. It's a .com. It's a great site with all kinds of trivia and knowledge about the whole because the book we're reading references movies. So now I'm looking up those movies and they reference other things. So there's like this whole world of community of horror fans.
Very nice. Yeah.
Younger me couldn't have handled it. Younger me didn't go into the water when someone told me there were freshwater sharks at a lake. But older me loves horror.
You mean there's not?
There can be. She doesn't like it when I answer that story with that, but there can be.
Okay, not enough to come bite you on the ankle.
I also don't think it's a North American kind of shark, too.
Yeah, probably not. That seems like Australia to me.
I think it might be, but they swim up rivers and they're fine in brackish water, whatever they are, whatever kind of shark it is. My obsession has been mentioned, which is wreath making. The other thing that I am pretty obsessed with is the show Midnight Mass on Netflix.
Oh my gosh, James won't stop talking about it.
Can I sit with him? Because
yes, he would love to have somebody to
dying
talk about.
To talk about it.
I saw that, and I was going to start watching it.
Not members, but one of our usuals who also mentioned it. So I'll tell you.
Because it's
on my list to watch. So,
it's so good.
You and I'll have a lot to
It's
talk
very
about
Catholic. Like it's written by a Catholic.
Oh, okay.
It's like because I mean when people get mass wrong, in Hollywood, it's like how it's like a script.
Yeah.
Like it is a script. Like how do you get it wrong? And it's very accessible. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Just go to anywhere.
Not even trying if you get it wrong. But it's really good. There are some aspects where I'm like, you're reaching. That's not super like a really Catholic ideal. It's something that like separates Catholics from other Christians. But anyway, it's so good.
Yeah. James has been nonstop talking about how much he loved it.
It's really good. Really good.
Good.
Really good. I think I want to watch it again, but then there were some really powerful parts that I actually don't know if I can revisit yet.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was really good.
My obsession is a band.
Ooh.
I don't listen to a lot of new music.
So because what we had when we were young is the best.
Well, not even when I was young, because I was not alive when Led Zeppelin was. I mean, I guess some of them are still around. But anyways, so my current obsession is a band called Greta Van Fleet. If you do not know them, they are youths. They are. I feel so old because they're like. I think the youngest one. So it's 3 brothers and a friend who's the drummer from Michigan. I know everything about them because I'm legitimately obsessed.
They're adorable.
They're so cute. Josh, Jake, Sam, Danny. Sam is the youngest. He's the bassist, keyboardist, and I think he's 21, maybe 22 now. So they're like youths. Yes. But they're incredible. And I love classic rock like I mentioned, Led Zeppelin. And they are very often compared to Led Zeppelin because Josh, the lead singer, his voice sounds almost identical to Robert Plant.
Okay.
So if you're a fan, you will like them. But at the same time, a lot of people are like, well, they're just copying. But they're very talented in their own right. They have 3 albums. The most recent one was released in March of this year. It's called Battle at the Garden's Gate, and it is so good. If you like classic rock, especially their new stuff, is a little bit more like prog rock. Like, if you like Rush, you'll like them.
Yeah.
They are so good. And they're playing at the Greek in LA. I want to go so bad, so bad, in the end of October. But tickets are like $300 for nosebleeds.
Oh,
Wow.
And I cannot convince James to let me spend the money.
Wow.
Because they're like really super popular, right? Like right now. They got really popular this year. They kind of blew
these
up.
baby children are commanding
So I
$300 for nosebleeds.
Yes. Oh,
So-
100%.
right on. Right
I saw
on,
an
children.
interview where they asked Robert Plant.
Yeah, how he felt about them.
And he was not very complimentary.
Oh, yes, he was.
Ooh.
Okay, I must have. Maybe I saw a different take on it.
He said that that the lead singer, his voice sounds very familiar, which it does, but he said that he was very talented. It was like a 30-second clip of him being like, yeah, I've heard of him, but not like, I
okay.
don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so the one I saw was edited. So all they got was, yeah, I heard of him. And
No,
so
he's
it gives it
relatively
a
complimentary.
very different.
Yeah, he's not like,
interview.
oh my gosh, they're incredible, but he approved,
Yeah.
which is pretty good.
And that might be why the tickets are so high, because they've got Robert Plant stamp.
It's one of those things that like
They are really
a lot
good.
of young people really like them right now, but at the same time their dads also really do, because they sound like music from older generation.
I've heard that a lot.
Legitimately obsessed. I've listened to literally nothing else for the last month. Any music I've listened to, it has been Greta. If you've heard me in my office singing, it's because that's what I've been listening to. I haven't listened to a single episode of a podcast in a month, because this is all I listen to.
Wow, that is an obsession. Because
Yes, I'm sorry, but
you don't give up podcasts.
No, I'm legitimately obsessed. So
it's getting in the way of your book.
I have not started my book yet because I've been listening to Greta.
That's okay.
I'm
glad for you.
I will.
You know,
It's been a while since I've been excited about something like that, so I'm really into it.
What's it, Simon and Garfunkel? Paul Simon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think last year or in the recent years, he, I think he wrote a memoir where he was doing something retrospective of his life's work, and he looks back at his whole like catalog of, because he's a very talented, dynamic performer, right? And he looks back at the stuff he made at that age, and that is his favorite work.
That's
cool. I mean, which was an interesting thing to think about, that like, you make your best stuff in your early 20s,
right,
and that's long gone. But also, like, to give props, just because you're young doesn't mean you don't have that like artistic gravitas.
Because I think there's a lot of like ageism in the music industry, like reverse ageism, because it's like,
oh, you little
they
child.
haven't earned their chops or whatever yet, but they are extremely talented. So,
but when you're young, you have the energy and drive that you don't necessarily have when you're older.
If you want a great introduction, go on YouTube. My favorite song of theirs is called Heat Above, and their live performance on Jimmy Kimmel of that song is so good. So that's the one I would recommend that you watch. But that's it.
All right. Well, thank you. That
You're
sounds
welcome.
fun.
Okay, now we're done. So, meet us in a couple weeks for our book club. And what is the name of our book? My Heart is a Chainsaw?
My Heart is a Chainsaw.
By
Stephen Graham. No.
Stephen Jones Graham?
Stephen Jones Graham. That sounds right.
Yeah.
It's good.
No, we won't talk about it just yet.
Yeah.
No, I have to listen to it.
Literally another story.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And new classes are out as of right now, so go check them out.
Oh,
and
no,
if you're,
you were right, Stephen Graham Jones.
Oh.
Well, the three, if you were to Google them in the other order, it would
have
still
got
show
there.
it.
You would have got there.
Yeah.
If you're quick on the draw and listening to this when this comes out, you can get 20% off of new class signups.
The first 2 days of the
If you have our newsletter, there's a coupon code in there. You can grab that and sign up for some classes, get a little discount. If not, you can still check out those great classes. And I think that's it.
Good time.
So see you next time.
Happy October.
Yeah.
Happy October.